Okay, hi everybody. I am now going to do 3-1, pause and practice, and so you can follow along with me. I'm going to cut out a few steps every time here. I think we're getting more used to how to access these things. So I'm in the sim book, and I'm going to pause and practice 3-2. And again, I'm going to pull my instructions over, but before I do, it says that we need our original file from 3-1. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that, but I will find my, I'm doing my other one, find my LW, 3-1 document. Now, step 2, we want to save the document as your initials, P&P3-2. So I'll do a save as, computer to my desktop. Okay, I'm just going to change this to a 2. So save. Okay, now we're going to apply styles to the headings in the report. So 3A, select the general guidelines heading on the first page. I'm going to turn show height off unless they ask me because it declutters it a little bit. General guidelines. Click the heading style 1. Heading 1 style. Home styles group. So heading 1 right here. To apply the style. Step C, apply the heading 1 style to the following headings. Okay, so we're going to go through all those headings and then we're going to apply the heading 1 style. So next we have personal training guideline programs and guidelines. Apply heading 1 now. And incidentally, you could go through and you could, more about long rides, you could hold down your control key, and after you select the first one, you can select the other ones and do it all in one fell swoop if you want to. And you've got more about long rides, training and intensity, heart rate, and using a training log. Okay, so I've held down my control key and I have them all highlighted now. I'll go to heading 1 and it just changes them all at once. Now step D, apply the heading 2 style to the following headings. So we're going to do the same thing, only we're going to apply heading 2 to those other ones. So get it back up to the top here and let's find all of those. So the first one we want is pace of ride, so it's everything that is underlined. Oops. And then actually, now that I've held down my control key and done that, it has changed the size. Okay, so pace of rides. Now we want number of rides per week. What else do we want? Duration of rides. I'm just holding down my control key while I select distance for long rides. Suggestions for long rides. Sample session, other heart rate factors, suggestions for using a training log. So I have all those highlighted, and now I'm going to apply heading 2 style here. Okay, now step 4, insert a page break and add a table of contents. So now we want to turn our show height on. That's this little one right there if you remember. Position the insertion point at the beginning of the document before the title. Okay, I'll control home to get up to the top of my document. Insertion point is at the beginning of the document before the title. Okay, so I'll just put my insertion point here before the D. And control enter to put in a page break. So control enter. That put a page break, and now I have a nice clean page here. Position the insertion point before the page break on the first new page. Okay, so we'll get our insertion point there. Click the Table of Contents button, and that is on the References tab, Table of Contents group. Okay, right over here. We're clicking on the Table of Contents, and we want the Automatic Table 2. So Automatic Table 1, Automatic Table 2 is the one we want. So we will click it, and now we have a table of contents with all of our various places in our document and the page number on which they appear. Kind of fancy, huh? I've actually used this in real life. I used to develop the student handbook at a department at Boise State University, and I was responsible to do these sorts of things, and so I actually used what we're doing right now and allowed my bosses. So if you want to do the same, this is a fun little trick to know. It's how to do table of contents. Okay, so step 5. We want to customize the table of contents. So position the insertion point anywhere in the body of the table of contents. So we'll just click anywhere. And now we want to click the table of contents button, references tab, table of contents group. Okay. And we are clicking the table of contents button. Okay. And now we want to go down to custom table of contents. So now we want to just modify it a little bit. Step D, click the Formats drop-down list and select Formal. We want a formal template. Okay. And step E, in the Show Levels area, set the number of levels at 2. Okay. Check the Right Align Page Numbers checkbox if it is not already checked. So we want to right align our page numbers on the right-hand side of the page. And it is checked for us. Okay. Step D, select the G, select the dot leader option from the tab leader drop-down list if it is not already selected. So we want the dot leader. It's a little bit hard to tell, but I think that's the one that we're on, is that first one. Click OK to close the dialog box. And it says, a dialog box opens confirming you want to replace the existing table of contents. We want to click OK or Yes. We do. So it makes it like this instead. Kind of changed our formatting a little bit. Called out some of those main ideas, I guess. So now we want to have page breaks and updating the table of contents. So step 6, on the second page, position the insertion point in front of the number of rides per week heading and press Control Enter. So let's see. Number of rides per week. Okay, so we're going to get our insertion point right before the N and Control Enter. We're going to get that on the next page so that it all kind of goes together. Okay, repeat this process on the following headings. Suggestions for long rides. Okay, let's get down here because it kind of breaks across the page, so we want it all together. Control Enter. And using a training log. Okay, do the same thing. Control Enter. Okay, so we've just changed where all of our text appears on the various pages. So now we need to change our table of contents to match. So we'll go back. Control Home will get us to the top of the document, to our table of contents. Now we want to click the Update Table button. Oh, excuse me. We want to click the Update Table button from the References tab and then from the Table of Contents group. You can do it either way, but I'm going to update the table, and it asks me, where does updating the table of contents? Select one of the following. Do we want to only update the page numbers or the entire table of contents? This time we want to update the entire table of contents. Usually that's a pretty good one to pick. Click OK. And it says if there's a blank line above the table of contents, select it and press delete. For me, there is not, so we're good. Now what it did is it just changed the numbers over here also to match where we put in our page breaks. So now in step 7, customize the document properties. Click the File tab to open the Backstage view and select Info to display the document properties. Okay, we're already on Info. We want to show all properties down here at the bottom and then add the following document properties. Okay, so we need a title of this document, so we'll find title here. Add our title, developing a personal training program And the company is American River Cycling Club. And the manager, let's find our manager, is Oleska or Olesia Sokol. Okay, so we have her in there. In the author area, right-click the author's name and select Remove Person. So right now, the author is laptop. Yeah, we don't need that. So we're going to remove person there. Click yours may say something different according to whatever your computer is called. Click the back arrow to return to the report. Okay, so over there. Step 8, add a cover page and customize fields. So we want to click the cover page button, and that's on the Insert tab. It tells us in Pages group. So Pages is right here. We want to insert a cover page, so we'll click it, and we want the semaphore 1. Okay, so we'll use our little scroll bar. They should be in alphabetical order, so we can find it. Click on it, and it will be inserted before the table of contents. So we're creating a nice report here. So now we want to click the date drop-down arrow to display the calendar and select the current date. Okay, so that's right here on date. We'll click the drop-down arrow. For me, it's September the 14th. Okay, and click the author document property field. Okay, down here, the author name. Okay, and we don't need it, so we're going to delete the field. So just delete. No, actually we want to delete the entire field. So we want to click the word author and delete. Okay, and now the insertion point is positioned on the blank line where the author field was removed. Okay. So now we want to click the Quick Parts button, and that is right here. Choose Document Property and Insert Manager. So what we just typed in on the other screen. Okay, let me do an undo here of a couple of things. That one's fine. Because I didn't delete the entire field down here, let's try it again. So I want to click on the word author, right, or just click on the word author, delete. Now I should have an insertion point. See if I can get this to work. There we go. And it has inserted the manager name as a document property field. Now we want to click the company address and type, instead of a physical address, we're just going to type www.arcc.org. Okay, the name of the company or the website of it. Now we want to delete the subject field. Document subtitle. There we go. Document subtitle. We want to delete the entire field. So we'll click subtitle of the word subtitle. Delete it. Click the title field and apply the bold format. So we like it, but we want to go home and bold it. Okay. So that's all for Awesome Practice 3-2. We want us to save and close the document. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I save all my hard work. Little save or Control S and close out.